Trump gives Baghdad a choice: export Kurdistan's oil or face sanctions like Iran. There is a plan and there is a way to get the oil flowing. This tells us there's clear pressure on Iraq to stay the course. This news is somewhat intense. It suggests power players are making sure Iraq stays on board with her reforms. I suspect this pressure is going to be used to keep Iraq on track and get this going. The heat is up and I like it. It's good. There's an economic expert on the television. He's asking us Iraq citizens some questions regarding the exchange rate of our currency. He went on for 20 minutes talking about the pros and cons of what we're about to do, and he reminded us that at one time the dinar was $3.30. Then we see new information commercials talking about the new national bonds. Mr. Sammy says this is another way to get the citizens to bring in their 30 notes that many are hoarding in their homes. Frank, they are pushing the idea to buy the bonds. They use their 30 notes. The push to bring in as many 30 notes as possible is also another loud indicator of a change that's coming. Some more good news is that issue no. 4814 of the Iraqi Gazette was published on the 17th of February 2025. It included Law No. 4 of 2025, First Amendment to the Federal General Budget Law of the Republic of Iraq for the fiscal years 2023 to 2024-2025, No. 13 of 2023. Also, they just told us the budget will not yet be open as there are technical issues yet to resolve with the Kurds. Like I told everyone that the RV rate will not ever be in the budget, the law is passed and in the Gazette and still no RV. I assure you with 1000% certainty that this event is not going to trigger the RV. The new dinar rate was not in the Gazette today, Saturday. The CBI has been showing some different rates lately. It even went to 1,322 in the wee hours. But it is not staying there. There is a lot pointing to the fact they are working on it, but not a lot pointing to us going to the banks on Monday. Mr. Sammy said, opinion, there is a rate and they're just not ready to show it yet, but it's getting close with the budget tables and oil coming. Frank, we're also looking for a printing of the budget. Baghdad comments on Washington's threats not to resume Kurdistan oil exports. Quote, the Iraqi government denied, on Saturday, all media reports that claimed that the United States threatened to impose sanctions on Iraq if oil exports from the Kurdistan region were not resumed. Reuters quoted 8 sources in Baghdad, Washington, and Erbil, who have direct knowledge of the issue, as saying that increasing pressure from the new U.S. administration was a major driver behind the Iraqi oil minister's announcement last Monday that exports from the region would resume next week. We haven't seen an exchange rate change. We haven't seen the oil pump, and we haven't seen salaries, yet. The Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, has announced General Tender No. 1/2025, for the supply, installation, and operation of 65 currency counting and sorting machines for its branches in Basra, 35 units, and Mosul, 30 units. Here we have another example of Iraq spending billions to build out a state-of-the-art banking system. The $64,000 question is, when do we get to profit from these infrastructure expenditures? Expected visit of the central bank governor to Suleimania. Are you serious? You're putting a new banking economic center. Why? You never have in the decades that I can remember. Why? Your rate of your currency is 1,310. You don't need this banking economic center in Erbil. Why are you doing this? Because there is a change in the banking structure system of Iraq. Huge amounts of chatter this weekend. Tons of rumors about this weekend. We will see what surfaces. We know there is a lot of excited wealth management/redemption contacts and bond folks as of this morning. Lots of people in place but have not heard from group contacts yet this morning. I am confident we are close, just not certain this is the weekend or not. We praise the reforms of the Sudanese government. Quote, we support Iraq in joining the World Trade Organization, WTO, which is necessary, among other things, to harmonize Iraqi laws with international standards. Trump gives Baghdad a choice: export Kurdistan's oil or face sanctions like Iran. The Ministry of Oil announces the completion of procedures to resume the export of Kurdistan oil through the port of Ceyhan. This is good news. Lots of good oil news out of Kurdistan so far today. I think they already have the rate, but they will continue to keep it under wraps until the very last second. But we need Turkey to confirm this news. Television says President Trump threatens Iraq to speed up transfer of oil pipeline, or will suffer sanctions like Iran. Frank, that is 100% correct. The reason my president is saying that to Iraq is because Iran threatened to attack you. Iraq is, and my president is trying to speed things up so you, Iraq, can be in a position to be powerful over your enemies. If not, we both lose and Iraqi citizens lose their purchasing power. There must be a date. Optimism about the opening of Rafidan and Rashid Bank branches in the region to stimulate the economy and attract investors. They are talking about adding another 26 to 28 branches. They are closer and closer to their reforms. There has to be a breakthrough soon. Iraq cannot continue indefinitely like this. They have set up the banking system for international transactions. Everything is actually in place to do business with the rest of the world. The only question is when, not if, will they complete the currency reform as planned. The head of the Strategic Center for Human Rights in Iraq, Fadel al-Gharawi, confirmed today, Sunday, that Iraq ranked 148th globally in combating corruption. Al-Gharawi said in a statement received by Euphrates News, a copy of it, that Iraq witnessed remarkable progress in combating corruption during the period between August 2023 and July 2024, according to what was shown by the second report of the program to follow up on trials of major corruption cases, which was prepared by the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, in cooperation with the Supreme Judicial Council. He added, the year 2024 witnessed the follow-up of 170 cases before the Central Criminal Court for combating corruption, compared to 150 cases in 2023, which reflects a 13% increase in the number of cases under consideration, and 80 rulings issued by the criminal and misdemeanor courts of integrity were reviewed, bringing the total number of cases followed up and reviewed to 250 cases. Regarding the number of convictions, Al-Gharawi said, the number of convicted defendants increased from 231 defendants in 2023 to 371 defendants in 2024, an increase of 140 defendants, or 60.6%. The number of convictions also increased from 63 to 73, an increase of 10, or 15.9%. He explained that the number of cases returned to investigation decreased from 21 cases in 2023 to 19 cases in 2024, and the number of cases returned for retrial decreased from 10 cases to only 4 cases. In addition, trials in absentia witnessed a significant decrease, reaching 19 cases, 11%, compared to 32 cases, 21%, in